Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode about the movies with William Fletcher. As usual, I am your host, William Fletcher, and I'm joined once again by Mr. Harry Jobson.
Hello. I got a basketball game tomorrow. I don't know. That meme has been in my head all day.
And this week we are going to be discussing. This is going to be a general discussion about Super Mario Brothers, because there's the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out this week. I don't know how much we're gonna have to say really, because it's Mario, and there's not really much of a plot to anything involving like the Mario franchise.
There is that caveman themed kind of TV show that. Do you remember that? It's like an animated.
Yeah,
Mario as an IP is a very interesting one where you kind of can just purely exist as a game.
But yeah, to talk about again, because we're not really going to be talking about plot, because we're talking about video games, really. Which I've never really done on this show. I've never really talked about video games extensively.
Well, but the video games don't even have that crazy plot, right? Like when we're looking at, it's always just like Peach has been taken or Luigi has a mansion. Sorry about that as work. But yeah, Peach has been taken, or like Luigi has a haunted mansion, or like they're fucking racing in karts, or Super Smash Bros. In my head, realistic, and yeah, look, there are gaming purists. Maybe I'm someone who hasn't, I haven't played every Mario installment. I'm sorry, as a PlayStation kid. I had a Wii, so I played all the Wii games, but mostly PlayStation kid. But yeah, so the two main movies that we're given in context of Mario are the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film. And was it 2023?
Yeah, 2023, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So exactly 30 years apart, but
yeah. I was gonna ask, how are you a fan of the Mario games?
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of platformers just as a game, because I'm not a deep gamer. I'll play Counter-Strike and then Peggle and Skate 3 mostly. And any Grand Theft Auto. I'm a console guy. I like my sport games. I love my PGA golf. But when it comes
you a FIFA guy? You play FIFA, or you?
Absolutely.
Not?
I'm a FIFA man. I'm a Madden man. I'm a Rugby League 26 man, or Rugby League Live. For the purists out there, I'm a 2K man, PGA 2K man, WWE 2K man, UFC game man, NHL. I've played as well. On my PS5. When it comes to consoles, it's sport games or it's platformers, because I truly thought, the best game that was brought out on the PS5 period, I thought, was Astrobot. That game, phenomenal.
You don't mean the demo. You mean
no, I mean the full game.
Which, the full game. Be fair, I played it recently. It is a fantastic game. It's really great.
And we wouldn't have that if it wasn't for Mario. Mario is the benchmark of platformers. When I bought my Switch OLED off my old roommate, it came with he gave me a few games, and not one single game got played more than Super Mario Odyssey. That game, that game is so strong. Super Mario Galaxy is a game on the Wii was so good. And then just standard platformers, though, when it comes to even that 2D style of Mario, like Super Mario Bros., Paper Mario, or you got Super Mario Maker, or you got Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Wii, I've played that whole game. It's so fucking good.
There's so many Mario. You've got Mario Tennis. You've got Mario at the Winter Olympics. You've got so much Mario. With Mario.
Mario's the face of Nintendo, and Nintendo is. And maybe I've just been overexposed. I've just gotten I'm recently back from Japan, but Nintendo's fucking it's just the mega giant. You think the console war is between Sony and Xbox, and it kind of is. But when Nintendo do something,
Yeah.
Like,
I
or
think
like,
also Pikachu as well. If we're talking Nintendo, Pikachu's like well up there as well, like in terms of like iconic game characters. But I'd say
yeah,
Mario is the most iconic video game character.
yeah, because I think Pikachu represents Pokemon more than it represents Nintendo. I know
Yeah,
Pokemon, Nintendo, like okay, Capcom,
yeah,
whatever.
but
But
I
like, yeah,
think that Pokemon, like Nintendo only own some of Pokemon. Like they don't own all of they share sort of the ownership over Pokemon with like a couple other
yeah,
companies, I think. But yeah, I mean, you went to Japan, which is where Nintendo started.
it's where the Italian, it's where Japan, of course, is where the Italian, but with
Plumber.
American accents, sometimes plumber,
Yeah,
was
it
created.
depends.
Yeah,
Yeah, it depends if Mario is actually Italian or not, because sometimes he's not Italian and just
I'd argue
American.
Mario's technically fucking Japanese, but
Mm.
he's a Japanese man. But
Yeah, I think that Mario, like the games I've played, I think almost all of like the main games, like
the big
without if you
ones,
don't, yeah,
yeah,
like if you don't get into like spin-offs and stuff like that, and I mean for me the best Mario game is I'd say Super Mario Galaxy. I'd argue it's maybe the best game, like just in general.
there's a Mario comic book line. The Mario's fucking everywhere because he's the representation of
Yeah,
video games to a lot of people over the age of like 35 to 40.
yeah. I mean, there
So
was Mario like cereal. Like
yeah,
I mean, that's also just Nintendo can literally print money. Like that's the thing.
yeah. But have
Nintendo
you ever
yeah, print money.
bought anything officially Nintendo that was actually on sale? Like that was actually like discounted? I don't think I've ever like that was like
mm,
you bought it from Nintendo. Like because I bought Wii a secondhand console and shit.
yeah.
But
I've definitely bought things secondhand, but I've never bought. I've bought stuff like from like I bought a Switch 2 and it was on sale. It was on sale, but it was on sale by like $40 off. It was still like 600
yeah, no,
50
no.
something dollars.
They'll put their consoles on sale, but their
But the
games are very
games,
rarely like.
they are still selling like Breath of the Wild for like nearly $80 or something. Like they are still selling Breath of the Wild for not for $80 and $90 on Switch 2. Like
My
they are,
current
yeah,
Yeah, like my current share house is still actively using our Wii in the living room. We play Wii Sports Resort Golf. Fucking base, by the way.
I mean the
But
Wii is a great console. Like
but
the Wii
Mario
fucking
Kart is still
slaps.
$60 to buy. Like Mario
Yeah,
Kart Wii, like if you try to buy it from like CEX or EB Games, you know how they sell like the retro section now, which I
yeah.
fucking love, by the way.
I
That's EB Games
I
coming back.
I'm a bit I think because EB Games is like because Zing owns like EB Games now, and it just feels like they moved away from video games a bit, and they're selling like stuff you'd buy at like a like a comic book store or something. It's like
And
that's
for
not what
anyone
I'm
like
going.
over, yeah, for anyone overseas, GameStop owns the same company.
Yeah, it's game. Which also I feel like I've heard rumors that EB Games is gonna like close down or something. I don't know if how like
I don't know, but the Tari store just got a huge update, and I know that because I just went back there and I was like, "Whoa, this looks way sicker." But to be fair, the Tari store it never got the Zing Pop Culture update. Like it never.
yeah.
The Tari store looked. It was kind of cool because I'd go back down to Dad's and I'd go to EB Games, and it was the same EB Games that I was in when I was
Okay,
fucking 5
it's
years old.
EB Games New Zealand is closing all stores. So
That's still a huge shame.
that is a shame, yeah. And that they are closing a few in this country, but it's not like fully shutting down.
Man, this is the death of physical media. This. I'm something I'm hugely passionate about.
That's what I'm reading. They are like adjusting to they are consolidating locations and adjusting to a market with less physical game and more merchandise. To talk about Mario, I think the Mario games are all pretty much great. Some of the best games like ever made.
I truly think, and this isn't, it is the Mario IP, but I truly believe Mario Kart, specifically Mario Kart Wii, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the DLC is one of the best video games, is probably my third favorite video game of all time. It probably goes Skate 3, number one, GTA 5 number 2, Mario Kart number 3.
Yeah, sort of my feelings is like I love Mario Kart. I recently got Mario Kart World because I got a Switch 2, and I like Mario Kart World well enough. I think it's a very solid game. I think there's a lot of good stuff to it. Um, but for me, Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Wii, I have so many memories attached to that game that
Yeah.
that it's probably always going to be my favorite one, even if it's not like because Mario Kart 8 is arguably the best one, like in terms of
The way it plays, the way it looks,
how
the
it
way it
plays,
feels.
how it what it did for the series. But Mario Kart Wii
Well-
will probably always be my favorite, just because of how much I like how many childhood memories and
Yeah,
there's
I think
games
the
that I have that
Switch.
with
Yeah,
all the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Switch has the stronger like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Deluxe, and then if you also get the DLC with all the Wii maps on top of that, it is a very faithful recreate. It is so good to play, but people will just prefer Mario Kart Wii because it's it's because that's what Mario or Mario Kart means to them. In the same way, Super Smash Bros. A lot of people say Super Smash Bros. Brawl is the best Smash Bros. It's the one on the fucking GameCube, but that's because that's what it means to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves Mario. Everybody loves the games, Like, I don't think I've ever talked to someone or heard anyone say, "Oh, I don't like the Mario games," because I mean, how
Those
can
are
you dislike
Sega.
them?
Those are Sega cucks.
Yeah, Sonic. I do.
I'd
Okay,
rather
do you?
play Sonic All Star Racing.
I was gonna say, are you Sonic or are you Mario?
see, look. Growing up, I had a DS, and I bought this DS with my own money that I saved, and I loved this fucking. I liked my PSP more. I'm not going to front with you. I was always a Sony guy, so this. But when it came to my DS, not much more meant to me than Mario Kart, and then also Mario and Sonic at the 2008 Winter Olympic Games. Now, or the 2000 Summer Olympic Games, 2010 Winter Olympic. Now, you usually would typically pick between Sonic-based characters or Mario-based characters. And I always usually kind of went to Sonic characters, and it's not because I don't get me wrong, I fucking love Sonic, especially as like a moving platformer kind of. Sonic,
Oh yeah, I mean, look, the Sonic games are fantastic.
but when it comes to deeper IP, I think Mario like I don't give. Once you get out of, I know Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Tails. I don't, and Dr. Eggman. Everyone, I could not fucking tell. I don't know. Whereas, and I didn't play any of the other Sonic games really, except the main 2D platformers. Whereas Mario Kart, or no, sorry, Mario just in general, but Mario Kart is my favorite version of that.
I will say Knuckles
Blue.
is the best character. Knuckles is the best. Like I love Knuckles so much. Like Knuckles is so great. But I will say he's not as good as Waluigi, who is the best thing.
I like Waluigi just because of the, but the Waluigi. Yeah, well, I mean, I got pretty deep into the speedrunning lore of Mario Kart. And I wouldn't do the speedrunning in the games because that's so fucking annoying. Like, if someone's just glitching around the map and auto wins a game. Like, preferative kart builds that you were supposed to go for with certain player. Like your character model actually has in-game weight. Like, has an in-game mass that is different. Like, if you got Gold Mario weighs a lot more than normal Mario, so you need a different car. For peak speed. And I got really into that. And Dry Bowser. My Dry Bowser build is unbeaten. I love that thing. But yeah, I was always picking Dry.
And I guess since we're talking about Mario, I mean to sort of get into the first film, yeah. I mean the challenge of adapting video games to films.
But it was only a challenge because animation back then, came out in 1993, the Super Mario Bros. Film.
Yes.
It was only a challenge because animation wasn't taken like legitimately. Outside of
Mm.
Disney, it wasn't seen as like a legitimate. Oh, if you're going to adapt an IP, it needs to be live action for it to be legitimate.
Yeah, I mean, there were talks of like live action Simpsons movies at the time. I remember I've like heard about that which is just insane, by the way, to do Simpsons in live action because
The whole point is that they're yeah.
no, like that would have been terrible. Well, first of all, would you have had like actors doing yellowface because that would not have aged well.
Well, they
But
sort of talk. Well, this movie is a really good example of how they sort of attempt to do live action from like an animation based IP, and
yeah, it
how
doesn't
they
work.
tackle it. Well, Luigi doesn't even have a fucking mustache, which seems like a huge oversight. Apparently, there are
Yeah.
deleted scenes. There is an extended cut online that you can access, and this extended cut actually explains that it's like a protest against his family for not having a mustache, and that like, or did you notice at the end of the movie? Spoilers, but it's been out for 30 years. Did you notice at the end of the movie that it like towards the back end of the conflict, he just like slips on this like random green goop on the ground? Yeah, there's this full scene of how that goop gets there. It's like a guy that's been melted.
I'm just doing some reading here before we get to the film properly. Apparently, Dustin Hoffman was trying to produce and star in a live action Mario film where he'd be Mario and Danny DeVito would have been Luigi and Barry Levinson would have been directing, which is the director of fucking Rain Man would have done a Mario movie.
To be fair, I think Danny DeVito should be Mario.
Either Mario or Wario.
Fuck, he'd be such a good warrior. No,
It would be such a good
I thought Jack Black would have been a good warrior.
Jack Black also would, be.
Yeah, but he's Bowser now.
We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, to get into this movie properly, it is a notoriously hated. It's a notoriously like people loathe this movie. They think it's terrible, and I mean, look, I don't think it's good, but I don't know. It wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been. Like, I honestly yeah, I would never choose to watch it again. It's definitely not good, but like, I mean, there are worse video game adaptations, like like movies based on video games. There are much worse. I've seen considerably worse ones.
Yeah, see this one's so bad that it's kind of fucking peak.
It's kind of insane. Like,
oh my god, the Goombas are so good though.
Oh my god, it is. There's almost a like so bad it's good quality to the film.
That's what I'm saying. It's so bad that I actually liked watching it. I was like, this is funny, but it's not trying to be funny, but it's funny.
Yeah, I've got a list here of video game adaptations ranked, and I mean this is 13th of 17, so it's not particularly high up on the list. I mean, we've got John Leguizamo,
yeah,
as Luigi and Bob Hoskins as Mario, which is a choice. I like both of them. I think John Leguizamo is a very good actor. I think Bob Hoskins is a very good actor. I don't know if they don't fit in this film, like with this writing and this script. They don't work. Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, the film there was a ton of production issues. From my understanding, like the writers, or maybe it was directors. This was like the first feature they'd ever done, which is not a good sign. That this is like this being the first feature you're gonna do is like that's crazy that like this was the first feature film they ever directed, like because this is a big like high concept like film. I mean it's it's just such a big film for like first time directors to do that it's like, why are we letting them do this? Because like, no disrespect to them.
Wait, so this
But
is absolutely their first feature.
I believe it is. Maybe I'm.
That's because like even like I because again
Again,
you're
maybe I
looking
am
at
speaking out of turn, so I'm just gonna check. But I'm pretty sure that's like the
okay
thing.
well yeah my point that I was going to do is that and yeah Harry somehow manages to make it talk about Spider-Man. Mark Webb wasn't given the keys to Spider-Man until after he directed 500 Days of Summer, which was his first major feature, and that proved himself to be able to handle like an IP that I think is just as big as Mario's. I think Spider-Man is Sony's IP. Like,
Okay, so I'm looking at that. It was a husband and wife directing, like co-directing pair. From what I'm reading here, they started off in uh commercials and music videos
yeah, like a
and
lot of
TV
directors
stuff.
do.
Which, that's how you get into the David Fincher. He started off with that. There's no disrespect. I'm not.
The Russo brothers started off with that. Like,
Yeah, and look, and and a lot of directors now they start in TV, like you say, the Russo brothers. They did, Arrested Development
Sam
and
Raimi, I
Community.
believe, did music videos and TV, and then eventually, like, to very additionally get his start. Like,
Yeah,
a
and
lot
I'm not. There's nothing wrong with starting off in TV and music. Yeah, like it's a way to get into the industry. Plus, there's great music videos that there's a lot of like there's certain music videos that I'm watching that I don't watch music videos that often, but sometimes I see really great ones. I'm like, man, that's really well put together. Like
yeah, and the reason
there is
we
an
don't watch
art to them.
often
There's an art to
is
the
because
music
they're a
video.
lost art. Because they're a
Yeah,
lost art. People don't
because
do it,
people don't make music videos anymore. They apparently were considered to co-direct the film Child's Play, the first Chucky film, which they didn't do that. Okay, they did direct another film beforehand. I was speaking slightly out of time. It's called DOA, with
Yeah,
Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid, which has
okay.
apparently
So
got a very good which apparently got good reviews, but I've never seen it. And then they did the Mario movie after this. So they had directed one film beforehand.
yeah, and I mean, like, yeah, again, I think the very similar cases with Mark Webb. He was doing music videos and he'd a small TV series, and he'd only directed like web series stuff. And then he directed 500 Days of Summer, and like is his main first feature. And yeah, look, even if that film that you mentioned is highly regarded, I've never even heard the name, like, let alone seen it. So the idea, and that's not saying that I'm the judgment of all, but it's just a bit of an idea of, like, is that enough to handle such an IP as Mario?
Yeah. I'm reading here that apparently they went through several versions of the script, and the first one was described as an existential road trip similar to Rain Man, which is insane, by the way. Like, have you seen Rain Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine if that was the Mario movie? Like, that would have
Man,
been insane.
man, I would have loved it. Well, yeah.
But also, it would have been probably better because
yeah, because this is enough. Like
this is I'm just looking. Arnold Schwarzenegger at one point was considered for King Koopa, which
that's not bad.
That's not too bad, no.
I am King Koopa.
Yeah, and you need like a massive you need a really big person for Koopa, because in the games, King Koopa or Bowser, if you will, is giant. Apparently Harold Ramis was offered to direct it, which also probably would have been better because Harold Ramis did like Groundhog Day, which is a fantastic film. But apparently Harold Ramis declined to, even though he's a fan of the game. So yes, he thought it wouldn't work. And then Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jenkel are the directing pair, and they say we come from the Tim Burton school of filmmaking because our background is in animation and comic books. And Harry, you're not a Tim Burton fan, so that probably it was even worse for you as
Yeah.
someone who only likes Big Fish, as far as from my memory.
I like Edward Scissorhands, but like I'm just not huge, and I don't mind Nightmare Before. Like I like Nightmare Before Christmas as well, but they're not.
Well, yeah,
but
the Tim
Big
Burton
Fish
aesthetic is
Big
like
Fish
not
is
your
my
thing.
favorite. Yeah, the aesthetic is not really my thing.
Yeah, I'm very I was confused because in the film, Bob Hoskins is doing like a Brooklyn accent, I think. Like he's definitely not doing Italian. He's definitely not doing an Italian accent.
It's.
And then John Leguizamo, is he doing an accent? I actually could not tell. Is he doing an accent, or is that just?
I didn't go like, oh yeah, he's like putting something on.
I couldn't, because I've heard John Leguizamo, and I'm like, is that just what he sounds like? Because I think that might be just how he sounds, and I'm like, that's very weird. But I mean, isn't that like a thing in the
He's
Mario
Italian
games?
anyway, but like John
That
Leguizamo,
isn't that a thing in the games though? That Mario and Luigi, they do like they aren't like their voices are different. Like one's more Italian than the other or something. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, but it's all like that. Oh no, we need to do this. Like it's very like bad.
Yeah,
you know, like in the games. I think when you're adapting something like Mario, where like up until the N64 game, like the N64 game was the first thing that gave us like further depth in Mario, where it comes to like actual dialogue and this sort of stuff. And then, I think that it's still sort of, we've had show after show and film after film now, but it's sort of a base IP that you can do your own with when it comes to the accents and the voices. Like if he sounds American, even though he's Italian, you know?
Yeah,
like,
we'll get to that in a little bit. With the other.
We will.
But yeah, I mean, there's also Dennis Hopper as King Koopa. I don't know what they were thinking with the design.
The King Koopa design kind of scares me a little bit. A lot.
It's a very. I mean, he has like the massively slicked back hair. He has like the lizard tongue. Also, there's this running thing where he like keeps dipping his hands into like, what is it exactly? He's dipping his hands into something to like clean his.
Yeah, it's like a dish. Is it? What?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like it's very weird though.
But he keeps doing he does the little hand. He does the little fucking pointy down hit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He does the fucking T-Rex hands, which is just such a weird choice. And I'm like, there's no way he didn't think to, because there's no way, like, he was directed that way, because that just isn't insane.
They also just they made the Goombas way too cute.
They
look so dumb. It's kind of cute and endearing.
Look, they don't look like Goombas. Okay, if you told me that was a Goomba, I'd say no.
It looks like a crude attempt at a Ninja Turtle.
And look, I don't hate look, in a different movie, that design can work great. Okay, it can work very well.
Just doesn't make sense for Mario.
It doesn't. It's because it's not what Mario is. Look, to be honest, doing this in live action is just you can't really do this in live action because
but the Mario and Luigi costumes, they kind of just make them wear the colors a little bit, and
they don't even get into the costumes until the last 20 minutes of the movie. Which is again a weird choice that I don't think.
And the Princess Daisy arc is a bit like.
I mean, look, Daisy is not a character. I mean, Peach is barely a character, but at least Peach got spin-off games where she's the protagonist. But what the what even is Daisy, man?
Daisy's kind of been fucked. When you look at the Rosalita.
Rosalina is, yeah.
She's my queen, by the way, I think. But that's not the point. the point, like I'm a big Rosalina fan, but the point is that she's given way more depth than Daisy as a character in any sort of Mario context, except maybe again that like Mario's caveman show that I might be imagining.
Yeah, it's I don't know what they were doing. I think the film is just such a I don't know what anyone was thinking. Honestly, I really don't understand.
Isn't there two taglines to the game as well? Like, there's the film. Sorry, because I remember seeing one that it's like it's a blast or like this will blast or something like that. And I'm like, it kind of is. It was like a quote for a like this person said it's a blast because I saw the DVD cover of it when because I've got this thing I don't know I got how I watch movies that aren't like readily available, and yeah, it has like the full poster and then the like DVD kind of cover alternatives and stuff because I'm a nerd for stuff.
Yeah, right.
And there was a quote, and it was like, "It's a blast." And it was on the back of, and I was like, "It is a blast," because I just finished watching the movie, and as much as it kind of sucks and doesn't make any sense at all, it's pretty fun though.
Look, if I watch it and I don't think about it being a Mario movie, I just think of it being like a movie. It's kind of not terrible. Like, it's not great, but
it's just a fun action. Like, it's a funny kids action almost. Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's like, not kids directly.
Yeah, but I also have to take it in the context of it being a Mario movie.
Yeah.
Which it's bad. Yeah, a bad adaptation of that game. But like, it's hard. It's kind of look, adapting any video game is this kind of video game where there isn't really a story other than like, hey, you have to collect this thing, which is all those games are is you're going from point A to point B. You go from the start of the map, you run, you hit the flag, yeah, I don't know what was. Yeah, it seemed like a terrible idea, and to be honest, I don't think there's been many good video game adaptations, like, just in general. I think they're getting better. I think it's better on TV. I think there's been TV has been doing a pretty decent job. In terms
I actually think media is going better the other way. I think game adaptations of films are actually getting way better than film adaptations of games.
I mean, yeah, there was a period where they would take any movie and be like, "Oh, we're gonna make a game of that," and then the game wouldn't be that good.
Yeah.
But the recent Indiana Jones game that was made was actually very, very good. I really enjoyed it.
The Spider-Man games, especially the newer gen ones, are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, that is taken from a comic book more than anything, but like a draw. It's adapting a different IP.
Well, if you play the early 2000s one, on the PS2, they're actually a direct adaptation of the films. The stories in the films, the villain of the films, and they're voiced by a very regrettable Tobey Maguire in the game. You listen to it, and there is fucking zero emotion. He's just like, "Oh no, not Mary Jane."
Yeah,
and I'm
pretty sure Bruce Campbell is in them as like the tutorial voice. He's like, "All right, now press this button and you'll do this," but because it's Bruce Campbell. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be like completely honest. I really don't have much to say on this film. I think I will say one thing I will give this film is I think like the production of it, like the production design and like the sets and the costumes taken, besides the fact that they're not really accurate, that's like fine. I think independently they're actually not bad.
Yeah, I also agree. I actually quite liked the sort of environments in the film.
Yeah, like the world. I think the world they create's pretty interesting. It's just not Mario.
Yeah, it's got nothing to fucking
nothing to do with Mario. But like independently, like as its own thing, it's actually not bad. It could be something really cool and really interesting. But then you remember, oh, this is a Mario movie.
Yeah.
And then you're just sort of like, eh. But I mean, I really don't have a whole lot to say in the film. I don't know if you've got anything you want to add.
Not really. I can give it my rating.
yeah, if you want to do that, then we'll move on.
Yep. So, and kind of generously, it's a 6 out of 10. Is it a great Mario movie? Fuck no. But it is worth a watch. It actually kind of justifies itself existing, not as a Mario movie, but as a movie. Like it is produced quite well, like you were saying. But yeah, just no, you know what? 5, because it's got nothing to fuck. All right, and it does need to, but it's still a movie, and it's still better than a lot of modern films that are being made today. Far From Home and stuff. So it's a good movie. Well, it's not a good movie, but it's a movie.
Every podcast, Harry just has to get in a diss at Far From Home.
The worst Spider-Man movie, yeah.
It's not the worst, but yeah. I also give it a 5. It went by. Also, it's just, as I think I've said this many times before, it's just so nice to watch like a film that's less than 2 hours for this thing. Like,
I can do other things with my day. I get so fucking worn down by how long films are these days. Like, so yeah, this Mario movie, the 90s when it comes out, it kind of burns Nintendo's fingers, and they kind of don't want to do any more things with like movies of their characters anymore. Which, to be honest, I completely get the idea of like protecting the brand. Like, I completely get that, and I respect that they're like, nah, we're not going to do that again. But yeah, anyway, the Super Mario Brothers movie, the 2023 one, which we're going to talk about. Again, probably not for long, because there's not really a plot to this film either, beyond like... I took my brother
Mario
to watch it.
has to stop Bowser.
But Bowser's funny and kind of a pussy in this.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you want to talk about the casting and the day that happened? Because
can I say something? And you're going to disagree with me, because I can already tell. Watching the movie, I really the day all the casters came out and everything, it was a big deal. And I think everyone reacted to the point where like Jack Black and Bowser might be a bit funny, but just seems like a celebrity hire. But I think most people unanimously agreed that Charlie Day would actually be a pretty good Luigi. I think that was the main. I don't think that is not a bad casting. I don't like that would probably be my casting irregardless of the rest of the cast. I genuinely think he does a great job in the movie. I don't have that big of a problem with it after watching the film. Actually, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. I will say the cast, I remember the day the cast came out. I remember seeing all the reactions to Chris Pratt, and then Miyamoto saying he's so cool. And then Anya Taylor-Joy, I think, was like, okay, that's fair enough. Like, she could play like a live action Peach. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Day as Luigi. Jack Black as Bowser could... I was like, that's a choice, but it's not a terrible one. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong isn't completely terrible.
It's a great casting. I'm sorry, it is because they went for like
it works pretty well.
More casual.
And then you've got Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. As Cranky Kong. Yeah, they've got Sebastian. Maniscalco. I don't know who that is. Voicing Spike, and they've got Kevin Michael Richardson as
Kamek,
and Charles Martinet also, the voice of Mario. Yeah, look, we're gonna get into this with the upcoming Mario movie, because I don't know if you've seen the recent cast and stuff.
Yeah, I have.
There's
holy
that's shit.
In my head. Also, can I just point out something that I don't think I've mentioned on the podcast yet, and it's something that I've thought about in a lot of podcasts. When you look up, so if you look at a cast list for a film, like we're at computers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I look up a cast list for a film, or if I Fucking even look up this guy's name. If you look up Chris Pratt, it's this fuck ass black and white photo headshot of him. He's the only one. It's always black and white.
Oh, when they did the cast reveal, they've got like all the photos of the.
Yeah, but now just look up on your computer Chris Pratt in your search bar in Google, and it comes up with that black and white fucking photo, and that's the headshot they use for every cast. Look up a
That
movie
is,
with
yeah.
give me a film with Chris Pratt in it. Give me any film with Chris Pratt in it.
The Garfield movie he did.
The Garfield movie. All right, I'm gonna go all. I'm gonna go
Okay.
cast. Fuck ass black and white photo of Chris Pratt. Snoop Dogg, Chris Pratt, Angus Cloud.
Oh my god! Sorry, did you just say Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, he plays Maurice.
Oh, why do movies keep putting Snoop Dogg in as animation? Keep using Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Chris Pratt. Not. Look, I think most people pretty tired of Chris Pratt.
Pretty over it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like putting aside his like political stances and his church. He's just I just don't. Yeah. He's just pretty crap. Honestly, he's just so boring. It's like he should not have been like a leading man action star. Like, I'm sorry, he just doesn't. He should have been like the schlubby supporting role in everything he was in because he was good at that. Like, he is funny. He just shouldn't have been the lead man. And I will say, I think James Gunn, as much as I love James Gunn, that's kind of James Gunn's fault for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, well, look, nobody's perfect. I don't actually beef with Chris Pratt. Like, I know you're quite passionately not a fan. Me personally,
I don't even know if I'm passionate about it. I'm just sort of like, I just don't like seeing him and stuff. I'm just like, are there no other actors? Which, to be fair, that's how I feel about the industry in general. It's like, are there no other actors in these films?
To be fair, lately there's a lot of Chris Pratt, and it's been that way for like what seems like the last 10 years. We've just been inundated with Chris Pratt, and I get it, right? I get it, but he's also like, I don't know. I think that there are times where like Chris Pratt does put in pretty solid leading man performances. I really think he is quite good in Guardians. Like, regardless of like as the lead, I don't have an issue with him in there. But either way, I actually think he's good in Mario. I'm sorry, I think he's good.
I will say he didn't bother me as much as I thought he would.
Because it's not obnoxious. Like, oh man, Chris Pratt. I can't.
I'm gonna say I was concerned when the trailers came out and he does the wahoo, and it's just like his voice doesn't sound any different to him. I was very concerned when the trailers were coming out.
He did kind of a New York accent.
Yeah, I will say he does a lot better in the film than I expected him to. I will say this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also, I've looked up Jack Black, by the way. The second image is like the one from the cast reveal. It's the one where he's like the crazy beard.
Yeah. Can I just before we wrap up on my there are a lot of like I don't think that this is a bad movie. I didn't have a terrible time watching it.
I thought this was, for what it is, a pretty fun time. Like, it's not a particularly well written movie, but like it's a decent amount of fun, and I had a good time with it.
It has a Mario Kart reference, which is quite cool.
Also, like, was this because I remember there was a thing was there were this and Guardians 3 both had No Sleep Till Brooklyn in the soundtrack.
Yeah. In like
I remember that was a big thing where it was like, oh, there's two Chris Pratt movies in 2023 with No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
And I think it's both like the ending fight sequence. But
like, I mean, to be fair, that scene in Guardians 3 is fucking sick. Like,
I like the scene in Mario too. Like, the end fight scene is so fucking. I like how it's considered like a different world. They don't try to make it live action.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of that. The animation looks solid. It's a pretty good, like, it's a pretty okay, passable, like, feature film. The tone is pretty good. Like, it's definitely directed towards children, but there are some adult jokes.
Look, it's definitely a kids' movie, and I can't really fault that because, taken as a kids' movie, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. I have a nephew; he fucking loves this movie because how can he not? I mean,
Yeah.
like it's the animation. It's a beautifully animated movie. I'll say that. Like the
It's got
animation
like
is.
a lot of what it impacted culture,
Mm,
Black being Bowser and
y-
stuff. This
Yeah.
was
Also,
this was
it's
the start of
Illumination.
the.
Also, yeah, it's Illumination, which I'm not like a fan of Illumination stuff, but it is. It looks great. It's about as close to the games in terms of like how it looks, which I think is pretty good.
It's just very
Um,
bright, which it needs to be.
yeah.
Very contrasting.
Very contra. Yeah. I think it's. Yeah, it's for like as an adaptation, I will say it's pretty great as an adaptation of Mario. Yeah, but it's sort of beyond what I.
I'm still hoping, and I think you might agree to put it in. Are you still hoping for like a pretty true to form Mario adaptation to come out? Like, are you still hoping for like something that kind
I
of
think the thing is with this one is I went in with supremely low expectations. So the
yeah
fact that I like enjoyed it in any way was more than I was expecting. Like I genuinely did not think I was gonna like it. I saw the trailers, I saw that it was Illumination, I saw the cast they had assembled, and I was like, I don't like this isn't gonna be good. And like the fact that it was I enjoyed it to a degree is like yeah, no, fair enough. I got a lot more out of it than I expected.
yeah. I'm not sitting there waiting for the movie to end. Yeah, this is not that bad. Like,
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
again, it's a 90-minute movie, which is just
Just
fucking heaven
perfect.
for me. Like,
Like
it just
that bumps it up in my head, like my
yeah,
ranking, and
yeah.
the things as well. Like again, I was pleasant. Like I liked Charlie Day in this. I liked
I
a lot
thought
of
Charlie Day actually worked pretty decently. I thought it was
I yeah. I think I also quite liked. He also does do a bit of an accent. I think it works.
he does actually do a bit of an which I mean, to be fair, that does seem like Charlie Day. Like Charlie Day,
Yeah,
actually, he can work it. I think Charlie Day has a great voice for animation.
yeah.
We talked about
He
the
is a
Lego
great voice
Movie
for
fairly
yeah.
recently, and he's got a great voice for that. Um,
And we know he has chemistry with like Chris Pratt, evidently from that. But
yeah.
yeah, I also think like
I mean,
Jack Black,
yeah,
which was
I
such an
thought again,
interesting.
Jack Black actually was pretty solid in this. I'm gonna be honest. Again, I thought, oh,
Wasn't
that's just
it?
lazy casting, but he actually worked pretty well. I thought the Peaches
No,
song, which people loved, was very weird because people were acting like it was this amazing, funny song, which it wasn't. It wasn't funny. It was
yeah, but
painfully unfunny.
I didn't have that big of a problem. I thought it was fun. Like, yeah, I fuck yeah, put that in your Mario movie. That's a bit of fun. It's dynamic. Whereas, like, yeah, whether or not you like it, it's still. Whereas, and I think the Mario movie, I think the Minecraft movie makes this movie look a bit better because, like, the Jack Black use in that is, yeah, it's heavily impacted meme culture in the same way, but it's
Mm.
just so lazy. Like, it's just go
It's
be
just
Jack Black, go
yeah.
be Jack Black, like la 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 lava, ch ch ch. That's so less funny than Peaches. I thought Peaches
Yeah.
kind of sounded good too. Like he's putting his pussy into it. Like good on it.
Look, Jack Black is a great singer. Like we know he's a very good and look, if he had had a full-on musical number, like a like not just this funny comedy song, like if he'd done like a proper if him and Kyle Gass of him and Tenacious D had done a song on
Yeah,
the soundtrack, it probably would have slapped. Like I would have loved a full-on Tenacious D track on this in this film because that would have been great. Like
yeah,
genuinely would have really liked that. Um, but I mean, yeah, I give it a 7. Like it
yeah.
it it does it look it does what it sets out to do. So I kind of am just like, and it was so much better than I thought it would be. So I'm like, I have to. I I don't know if I'd give it credit, but I just had such low expectations that it was good that I got a lot more out of it than I expected I would.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I also give it a 7. Pretty much the exact same like situation. I thought it was a kind of a fun way to spend an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Took my brother to it, and it was like, yeah, it's not bad. Like, I'm not going to leave the cinema thinking, oh, that was shit. I'm going to be like, oh, not sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're tying this into the release of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which comes out this week. Um, yeah, I mean, I love Super Mario Galaxy, the game. I think it's the best Mario game, one of, if not the best games ever made. It's phenomenal. It's like
Yeah,
the, the best platformer ever.
yeah.
I really, really like Super Mario Galaxy 2. Um, so the cast.
Oh,
Um,
dude, did you see that fucking?
so
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna let you do it.
so Brie Larson
Big fan.
was. I really like Brie Larson. The hate Brie Larson has always baffled me. It's really weird.
I'm a Brie Larson fan.
I think she's a very good actor. I think she works as Rosalina.
Yeah,
I think
her voice. Yeah, she
that,
can do that. Absolutely.
and I will say that she could play like a live action Rosalina. Like she's got the look for a live action Rosalina. Plus, she's like a massive fan of video games. Like she's like a big video game fan in general, which I think is, I can respect that. So yeah, her as Rosalina, great. And then we got Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr.
Sure, weird, but
I don't
sure.
think Benny Safdie is a particularly good actor.
Yep,
Um,
I neither.
I think he's a very good director, and he should stay directing and behind the camera. I don't think he should
Of
ever be in
course.
front of the camera. We would have talked about that when we talked about Happy Gilmore 2 and how he's like the villain in that. And I thought he was terrible in that film, but I think he's a terrible actor in general.
I don't like
He's
his
also
face. I'm sorry to the guy.
he looks weird. I don't. I don't get. Look, it's not fair to judge people on things they can't control, like their looks. But he looks weird. He looks weird. Yeah, I mean, he was in Oppenheimer, and he's like the worst actor in Oppenheimer. I thought he was really bad in that film. He's going to be in the Odyssey as like I presume the main as one of the big villains in the Odyssey, which I'm just like, stop. I would have liked literally any other fucking actor in this. Like literally any other actor would have worked.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's maybe he works in animation. But then there's two big ones.
Yes.
So I figured Yoshi, he would be in this film because he's a big part of Super Mario Galaxy 2, and they set him up in the post-credit scene of the first Mario movie, if I remember correctly. And I was like, great. I was like, who are they gonna have? Well, first of all, they announced this along with Luis Guzman as Wart, which I love Luis
Yep.
Guzman, but
Yeah,
again,
so
I
do
don't know
I.
if he works. And Issa Rae as the Honey Queen, which again, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But then we get to Yoshi, and the name Donald Glover appears.
And it's peak. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking
I
happy.
was going to
I,
say, how do you feel about Donald Glover as Yoshi? Because,
I,
look, this is going to be my problem with this.
I'm a Donald Glover guy, but I think
If he
it's going to
says,
take away from.
if if he says anything more than Yoshi, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, this kind of feels like a Vin Diesel is Groot sort of thing.
He should not say, look, and if he just says Yoshi, it'll be fun. Because I reckon he could probably do a very good impression of that. He could do a good job of that.
But what if you're watching the movie and suddenly Yoshi goes, "Yo, it's childish Gambino. I'm gonna drop it like the Nasdaq. White girls like this coke up my ass crack." Like you never know. He could always break into freaks and gigs. Or like,
No, I won't like. No, he can only say Yoshi. If he says anything else, I'm gonna hate it. Because
what if
Yoshi
there's a
shouldn't speak.
post? What if there's a post-credit scene song and it's a duet between Donald Glover and Jack Black, and it's just like not part of the movie, and it's just sort of like a little add-on, like a DVD add-on, but like part of the movie.
No. I'm not gonna look. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because I like Donald Glover. I think he's a very talented man. I like his
love him.
music.
I love it. Yeah.
I like in Community. I like him. He did stuff
I
for
love him
30
in
Rock. Like I
Atlanta.
think he's very talented. Atlanta, that's a great show, and I really hope he's just saying Yoshi in this. If he says more, then I'm not gonna be happy. But then there was
There's
there was
another.
something else.
There's a very fucking bad one.
I was going to say, did you see the other casting that they revealed? Which I don't know why they revealed it, because it seems like something you leave for the film. Because it's like someone we didn't even expect to be in the fucking film.
Yeah, it's an absolute spoiler that they've also given
Yeah.
out.
I mean, do we want to say it? I mean, look, spoil. But actually, by the time this comes out, the movie will be out. So like,
Yeah. Spoiler.
spoilers. But fucking Glenn Powell as Fox McCloud.
Can I say something?
You
I fucking hate
may.
Glenn Powell.
Oh my. Okay. I was genuinely going to ask how you feel about him because I think he sucks, and I hate that Hollywood is trying to push him on and like make him like the next big movie star. Like, I'm sorry,
They're like, oh,
I
we'll
don't
make him
want
the
that.
next Chad Powers, which is like a cool TV thing, the NFL.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
He,
And then they're
yeah.
like him in Twisters, him in the rom-coms. Like,
I mean, did you like him in Top Gun?
Maverick.
I was gonna say, did you like him in Top
I
Gun?
liked him in that because he plays this sort of like he plays this sort of like assholey like next guy, and now they're treating him like he's fucking like Chris Evans, and like
the next
trying to make him
Tom,
the next Chris Evans.
And I'm just I don't.
He's not that guy.
You did see Running Man, didn't you? If I recall, you saw the Edgar Wright Running Man.
Yeah,
and he wasn't good in that. He didn't fit that role, like, at all.
I just don't think I don't think he's this like brooding man. Like, he's just not really like. He's not really he has not proven himself to me yet to warrant all the fuss, all the fucking shit that he's getting.
He is not. And he's trying to he's being pushed to us as like the next leading man, and I'm just like, he's not.
He's not my next leading man.
Honestly, I was talking to someone recently about.
Who is the next leading man?
Well, I was talking to someone about this recently, and he's just like, I don't like any of like the current leading male actors. Like, I don't like, he doesn't like Timothée Chalamet. You know, he doesn't like.
Yeah, not a fan. I'm not
Paul
a fan.
Mescal.
I don't really like Pedro Pascal. I don't really like.
You don't like Pedro Pascal?
Not huge on him.
I will say he's in too many things. I think there's too much of Pedro Pascal, and I like him, but he doesn't need to be in every fucking thing. I think Ryan Gosling is the best leading man we have right now. I think because he's like a genuine movie star. He's a very good actor. Like, he's a good actor to boot. And like, he does get people to go to movies. Like, that's the thing too. Is,
you know me, like I love Matt Damon, but he's passed.
He's not. Yeah, although he's leading the new Chris Nolan, so
yeah, I understand that, but he's
not like the
older Brad Pitt style roles, or the older he's part of that earlier gen of leading men. He's not.
Yeah.
Which we didn't really understand how well we had it of that generation of leading men. Oh, you could have George Clooney, or you could have Brad Pitt, or you could have Matt Damon, or you could have Ben Affleck, which is probably
Tom Cruise,
or
Tom Hanks was
Hardy,
like,
or you
could have all the Toms.
Or Tom Hardy, yeah, or fucking, you'd get a Robert Downey Jr. or even Jim Carrey, or a Ben Stiller, or a
for your comedy fair,
or Seth Rogen, and now it's like, what are we? I don't know.
I think I've every role I've ever seen him in, I'm like, this could be played by literally any other actor. Like, he is not bringing anything to a role, and the fact that he's gonna be, because there's no way they're not gonna do a fucking Star Fox movie now. Like, there's no way they're not doing Star Fox as a movie, which also. It seems like they're going to set up for a Smash Brothers film, which is also, no. Don't do that. Like, that's a terrible idea. Let's not do that. Because they're probably going to, at some point, do Metroid. And I don't want Illumination to do Metroid, because they won't be able to do it justice. Like, they can't do Metroid just for how dark and mature Metroid is as a franchise. You know, despite the fact that it's Nintendo, it's still quite a mature franchise for like a Nintendo, and Illumination just can't do that. And I'm very, very, very concerned. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it in the review of the year, but my expectations are low again for this film. Just because, I mean, oh God, Glenn Powell just sucks. And Benny Safdie
Yeah,
sucks too as an actor.
it'll be interesting to see because I was upset initially, and at least I don't have to look at Benny Safdie in this movie. So there's
I mean,
that.
to be fair, I'm glad I don't have to look at Glenn Powell and his weirdly tiny fucking mouth. Like, I don't know what's
Oh
going on there.
yeah, and he's
Look,
always
again, it's not fair to make fun of people for how they look because it's
but
something they
no,
can't control.
but they're millionaires, so fuck.
But also,
Like,
he is trying to be pushed as a leading man, and he does not. He is not a leading man. He does not have the charisma for it. He's so boring. He doesn't have the charisma that, like, again, a Tom Cruise had, a Brad Pitt, a George Clooney, even like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Chris Evans. Like, and it's not something that can just be taught to you. You can't like actors who are like movie stars. That's just like a thing they have. Like it's not something that can be transferred from like people. I don't know how like actors get it or how to like explain it, but it is just a thing actors have where they, yeah, just are movie stars. So, but yeah, at least I don't have to look at Glenn Powell's face or Benny Safdie's face. Which is sounds so mean to say, but they just
yeah.
looking at them annoys me. And again, maybe that's a bit harsh, but also they're very well off and very successful, so I think it's okay. Yeah, I mean, do you have any sort of final points you want to make?
No, this is Mario. Like you're gonna get it right eventually, but like it's in its weird. I don't know. It's never really been like. There's never really been a Mario outside of the games that has really just been like a 10 out of 10. So until that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's my
it'll be
last thought.
interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, we'll talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie in the review of the year episode. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to see it this week when it comes out because I
Yeah,
might
I'll
as
probably
well.
get it. I think I have like
I'll probably pair it with another movie.
Wednesday off or something.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Harry, for joining me for this week.
Oh, thank you for having me, of course.
I hope you've all enjoyed listening, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.